sign. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
We're back on the Voice of Ocala. Was that the same song as earlier?
No.
Okay, because I know that song, man. I know that song.
This song sounds very happy and nice, but it's
not.
not.
Yeah, it's really not. It's Tribinator Tuesday with Tom, wrapping up the first hour of the Voice of Ocala on a Tuesday. Let's be honest, the Tribinator got drilled today.
Yep.
Breaks
That's
beat
all right.
off
We
of
love
it.
giving our loyal listeners, and
that's pretty good
nice
prize
night
pack.
on the town,
Yeah.
couple movies, dinner,
two tickets
drinks.
to a movie, and $10 off your dinner at Mojo's because you got a $10 gift card. That's not a bad deal.
No.
Two quick stories. A psychologist in Washington has been suspended after his laptop containing the health information of his 652 clients was taken by a prostitute that he had given the laptop to hold as collateral so he could get back from the ATM with the money he owed her.
So she took off?
Sunil Kakar, a psychologist from Gig Harbor, initially told police the computer was swiped after he left his car unlocked, but he had later admitted to who took it on February 4th while he used an ATM. The report said he did not tell anyone the laptop was missing for 3 days.
Why wouldn't he just lie? Keep the lie up.
Police were
Somebody swiped it from my car.
Police were able to find the laptop using the GPS tracking system on the laptop. He said, I made a mistake. I try very hard to earn my clients' trust, and that includes protecting sensitive information about them. I take client confidentiality very seriously. Yeah, I know. That's what the psychologist said.
Oh, okay.
So he's been suspended. He can defend himself at a hearing later this month, but he could face license revocation, actually.
Right.
So this is
livelihood.
Right. All because he's an idiot.
Yes.
I don't know if
all those years and years of schooling don't make you a smart person when it comes to street smarts and common sense.
Exactly.
I wish they had classes for that in college.
It would do a whole lot to help people out. Now, last Friday night, Tom Ingram's daughter, Haley, was crowned homecoming queen. Josh LaSalva, your younger brother, was crowned homecoming king at Forest High School.
Congrats.
Congrats to both of them. But there was even a bigger deal at West Orange High School in Orlando. The Down Syndrome Association of Central Florida is reporting that for the first time in the history of Florida, 2 students with Down syndrome were elected homecoming queen and king at their high school. Simone Atkins was elected king, and Trazwan Bubba Hunter was voted king of the court by their fellow students.
He needs to be elected just because of that name. Trazwan Bubba Hunter.
WFTV out of Ocala is saying the pair looked appropriately regal. Atkins wore a brown one-shoulder gown, and Hunter rocked a black tuxedo complete with a blue crown. So, the old high school homecoming cliche doesn't apply anymore.
Not anymore.
This happens more and more. This is not it's news because it's 2 Down syndrome winning at the same time. But you've seen special needs kids starting to get more and more wins.
It's always on the news.
They're winning more and more, and good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them to be elected homecoming king and queen at West Orange High School in Orlando. So, it's a feel-good story. You like those kind of stories. I like that one better than the psychologist in Washington that got suspended.
And a bank robbery across the street, by the way.
Speaking of that, just to bring you up to date, bank robbery. The BBVA Compass Bank was robbed earlier this afternoon around 12:30 by a black male in dark pants, light-colored shirt, and glasses. He was on foot. He got away with an undisclosed amount of cash. The weapon was never seen, but it was implied he had a weapon. He left traveling east, going away from the mall on 19th Street. So if you have any information on that, contact the Ocala Police Department. Once again, the BBVA Compass Bank robbed at the corner of 27th and 19th. We're going to take a break. Coming up next hour, Buddy Martin joins the program on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mama who never was around, but she grew up tall and she grew up right with them Indiana boys on an Indiana night.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price fixed rate allowance.
Warning, there's been a zombie outbreak in Marion County.
Do you feel like a zombie in your old car? Are you embarrassed to be seen driving around town? Are your monthly payments sucking the life out of you?
You may be driving dead. Hey, this is Chris Spears from Prestige Auto Sales. If you're driving dead, I've got the cure. All you need is $13 down to drive alive in a nicer, newer car today.
Why drive a car that rots your brain when you can drive a car that's not a pain?
Put just $13 down and feel alive in a nicer, newer ride. Plus, my guaranteed credit approval process could bring you back to life. Even if bad credit has held you back in the past, I'm saving Marion County residents from driving dead.
So trade in your terrifying old ride, bring in $13 to put down, and drive home today.
I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car, and this week it only takes $13. But hurry, this offer ends once we've revived 47 drivers. My name is Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See our Prestige.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. This is Ocala's Chief of Police, Greg Graham, answering one caller's question.
How often are the officers required to go to the firing range to keep their shooting skills up to par?
Great question. By FDLE rules, they're supposed to go once a year. We actually do, the police department does 2 qualifications a year, and then throughout the year we have practice days and sessions with them. But I tell you, the problem that we're having a difficult time getting ammo or enough ammo to have those practice days. But we do a minimum of 2 qualifications a year.
That reprise of Ask the Cops was proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Be sure to tune in to Ask the Cops the second and fourth Friday of every month during the 4 o'clock hour on the Voice of Ocala.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
WOCA.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front-end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala home store on Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give them a call and they'll come and pick it up. For more information, visit habitatocala.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County, building homes, building hope, building community.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Next time you get a fountain drink at a fast food joint, you might want to skip the ice. That's because samples found that their ice contained higher levels of bacteria than samples of water taken from their toilets. You and I may have a virtual doppelganger out there. That's somebody with a nearly identical name and email address as you. Keep the office at about 75, 77 degrees. You'll see productivity soar, and your workers will feel much happier.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
You've got a garden, and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
1370 WOCA. You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
News Now, I'm Daria Albinger. Parents, discipline your kids so we don't have to. That's what the sheriff of Polk County, Florida said, announcing 2 girls ages 12 and 14 were arrested. They're accused of stalking and bullying a classmate to the point where she killed herself. Women who have eating disorders are less likely to have children. Scientists at the University of Helsinki found women who suffer from anorexia or binge eating disorder more likely to suffer a miscarriage as women who eat healthfully. Don't ask, don't tell may not work in the civilian workplace any better than it did in the military. University of California study found being forced to keep information such as one's sexual orientation concealed can disrupt an employee's basic skills and abilities. A Chinese restaurant chain is betting you'll eat food out of a toilet. It's serving some of its signature dishes shaped like commodes. The restaurants are, no pun intended, flush with business these days. This is ABC News.
Quite often we find ourselves thinking we should have done things sooner.
I love that we took this vacation.
I know. We should have done this a long time ago.
Sooner is just better than later. And now you don't have to wait till later to own the car of your dreams, thanks to a surprisingly affordable certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. Each of our certified pre-owned vehicles undergoes an exhaustive process of analysis, inspection, and reconditioning until it meets the uncompromising standards of a Mercedes-Benz. Plus, every one is available with an optional extended limited warranty for up to 7 years or 135,000 total vehicle miles. And now, with 3 months of Sirius XM satellite radio. And your certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz is available only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. Visit today for exceptional financing.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Hello, welcome to Hour 2 of the program on The Voice of Ocala. I'm Buddy Martin joining the show now to follow up on Tribune-ator. What show? I gave it all away. And, Tom gave a bunch of stuff away. Today, we got a little conversation going here. Number one, we're going to talk about voting. And I did today, and hopefully you did too. And I thought this was going to be a really, really light day, but the place I went in my precinct, they said it was pretty good today. So that's good news, although we haven't felt that. And it seems like that there's the audio. It seems like that there hadn't been that much interest except in the Heinbachel-Molliver race, which seems to be the one that has the most fire to it, and that might be pretty close.
Well, those are the most signs I see.
That played out. You saw that there was a little, there was going to be a little heat to that race last Wednesday when we had them in studio. Yeah, you could feel the tension going there. I was when I went to vote over off of Fort King at the church there, which is my district. Brent Molliver was standing there, and he had signs everywhere. And as I pulled out of the parking lot, I almost ran into his trailer. The trailer was pulling the signs,
as I pulled out, he pulled out. We almost had a little collision there, but we managed.
You didn't change your rules today, did you?
The day's not over, so you don't know what I might do. But anyway, glad to see that. Glad to hear there was some interest in. I know it's an off-election cycle. It's not like the presidential thing, but how many big deals. City council is a very important thing to me.
And then people like me, it's a city vote, so I got no vote.
Right, I understand. And but those of us who do live in the city do care deeply about it. And and having said that, I read every one of the charter changes again, and I'm convinced, no offense to my attorney friends, that they're all written in code. Because I can tell you without a doubt, you know how we do these mall crawls and these man in the malls?
Certainly.
I can tell you without doubt that we could take those charter changes out and ask people to read them 3 times each. And when they're done, I defy 1 out of 100 to tell me what they say.
Let me
because I have a hard time, and I do have a little college education. I mean, at least I'm average or above. I don't understand. I mean, I even knew the charter. I knew what it was. I had a hard time understanding it.
I have a undergraduate degree in social science education with a minor in political science, master's degree in U.S. history. I've read the charter, the new amendments to the charter, 3 or 4 times, and I couldn't tell you what they say.
I don't know what can be done, but one day they're going to put it in English language, and that's just one of those things. Because I just voted for no for most of them, and when you don't understand, you vote no. But I hate to think what the people who are less informed, and there probably are some out there than me did on them, because I think just close your eyes or don't vote on them. Period. But did cast my votes for the candidates, and we'll see how it comes out. And I think we got the makings of a good city council. Seems like Jim Hilty, who's now going in on, behind Daniel Owen, looks like an interesting, informed, and dedicated guy, and we get to know more about him. But I think the council we got is pretty good, and I like some of the things that's been done under the previous council. I think they made some really good changes downtown to the group that we have now, and I'd like to see that carried on. So we'll see how that goes.
Not saying Brent Oliver couldn't do a good job, though.
No, what I mean by that is I like whoever's elected. I like the people there who are already in office.
Continuity of the office would be good.
And whoever comes in, they'll be plugged in. And if it's Susie or Brent, whoever it may be, I just think that the group we've had so far has done a nice job, and I feel confident they have our best interests at heart. Did we totally miss Columbus Day?
Yes.
I mean, what is, up north, that would never happen. In New York,
they have parade.
They have a parade, JJ. They have a party. It's like Mardi
There's
Gras.
a lot more Italian Americans up there than down here.
No kidding. I mean, I can tell you that the 2 days, the Columbus Day is one of them. St. Patty's Day is even a bigger party. And I've told the story on the air a number of times. Now, I went to get on my train, taking a late train in from Westchester County, and one day on St. Patty's Day, and I've never seen so many drunk kids in my life.
But they have Puerto Rican Day parades, pretty huge.
Well, not so much from where I do, but it's big. They have the Gay Pride Parade and all that. But the ones that are really big, particularly, I remember St. Patty's Day, nothing's like that. And then the Columbus Day parade is always good. So.
And I have Italian heritage on my mother's side. So I understand, Columbus was a great Italian explorer. But people get all confused. It's this big Italian-American holiday. First off, Columbus sailed for Spain, not for Italy. People seem to forget that little bit of history.
For Spain.
He was on the Spanish team when he discovered the New World. And secondly, he didn't so much discover the New World as just was lost at sea and found the first piece of land he could find.
Well, up in the West Indies.
I mean, he gets credited with so much when it was really just dumb luck that he and history has proven out that the Vikings were here in the 10 and 1100s up in Canada and that part of North America. So now it's even questionable whether he was the first to discover this area. And then the atrocities that were rained down on the natives that were here already by the explorers. Columbus's group and everything. I mean,
you're just hating on a great.
So JJ, that will be Tom's history lesson brought to you by. Here you go. Tom's doing a little history on.
I'm just saying, people. It's one of those things where history has proven out he's probably not the huge important guy that he's
got a holiday
out to be.
He's got a holiday.
He's got a day.
So there you go.
Exactly.
So, let me just mention this, by the way. City of Ocala have a tire amnesty collection day coming up. Small thing, but tires can be a mess. So the city's going to have a tire amnesty collection day Saturday, October 19th, which I guess is this one coming up.
Those are mosquito havens.
Yeah, this is one of the 2 tire collection days the city has. You can drop off your off as many as 10 tires. Locations are corner Northeast 14th Street and Northeast 8th Avenue and 1500 West Silver Springs Boulevard. So if you want to drop off your tires. And before I do the tweets and quotes and go out, let me take care of a little company business.
Okay.
I think we need to apologize for something that happened yesterday. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it except to say we're sorry for the unprofessional dialogue that Tom and I had in the sports hour in a debate yesterday over a call in an NFL game. We realize there's a difference between disagreement and disrespect, so we shall endeavor to keep those discussions between the white lines from now on. And for those who brought it to my attention, we apologize. Sometimes we get a little spirited in here.
We certainly do. My apologies, too.
So we'll try to do better. JJ, let's have a little music. We'll go out with tweets and quotes. Angie Lewis coming up next. I'll tell you about Hillary getting a ticket in London. She was not very happy. And I'm going to see if we can get Angie hooked in to play Fake or Factoid. Think she'll play?
She'll play.
Because I know you guys are complaining. And by the way, just today is the new rule I am changing. Anybody who complains about a question loses that question. So there you go. Okay, tweets and quotes. Here we go. This comes from Virginia Woolf. Some people go to priest, others go to poetry. I go to my friends. Not bad advice. Here's a guy named Ashley Brilliant. Maybe Ashley was a guy, I don't know, who had a bomb on Broadway. My play was a complete success. The audience was a failure. Like that kind of thinking, JJ. And this is a pretty good one by somebody named Kenneth Kunda, K-A-U-N-D-A. I don't know who it is. When you go in search of honey, you must expect to be stung by bees. I'm not sure what that means exactly. It just sounds good. It sounds good, right?
Sort of makes sense.
All right, we'll take a break. I'll come back. I'll tell you about Hillary's ticket. And also we'll get Angie Lewis shortly to do a little fake. Or let's see how she can do against the guys. JJ, did you win yesterday?
Better than me. I think I did.
You broke the streak, didn't you?
Yeah.
Ashley Brilliant, by the way, is a man.
Okay. Obviously not the real name. So you won one yesterday, JJ.
First time in years, buddy.
Well, you were like you were almost like
I feel like the Cubs.
And you were like the Red Sox fans, before the big inning. After game 2 and then halfway through game 3, you were beaten. And
but we got to face Verlander today.
Well,
buddy, Ashley Elwood Brilliant is his Christian name. Ashleigh. Ashley.
Okay.
Elwood Brilliant.
Brilliant.
There you go. I think I'll add Brilliant in my name too. Buddy,
He's a
Brilliant
syndicated
Martin,
cartoonist.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, didn't have time to Google him, but thanks for that. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll take a look at what Hillary's deal was, and we'll see if we can get Angie in this game called Fake or Factoid right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Getting a head start in learning to read is more important now than ever for our young children. The Reading Pals program of Marion County pairs up reading mentors with struggling kindergartners and helps them get up to speed in their most important years. But they need volunteers. If you'd like to be a Reading Pal, call Jan Hathaway at the United Way at 732-9696. That's 732-9696. Be a Reading Pal today.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. This is Marion County Sheriff Chris Blair's answer to a question posed by Buddy Martin.
If I had to rank top 3 types of crimes that you're dealt with, but after drugs, what are the other 2 or 3 that you guys would say take up most of your resources and your time?
Well, number one, certainly drugs is what's leading all crime. With the exception of homicide, where you may have a domestic violence type case and a husband kills the wife or vice versa. The ones that take time are the burglaries, the thefts, the auto burglaries.
That reprise of Ask the Cops was proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Be sure to tune in to Ask the Cops the second and fourth Friday of every month during the 4 o'clock hour on the Voice of Ocala.
WOCA, Ocala.
Phoenix Promotional Solutions, your company supplier of banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Where you give them approved artwork by noon, the next day by 4 p.m., you pick up your banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
This is Wendy and Will of Dex Imaging. By now, you might be tired of hearing us talk about Dex. So instead of us telling you how much Dex can save you on your copier costs and how we can help your office be more efficient, we thought we'd let Judy tell you.
Hi, I'm Judy, the office manager of Graper Facial Institute here in Gainesville. We operate 8 medical offices, so I was looking for a document management system that would copy, scan, print, and share documents among all of our locations, but something that was within our budget. Dex Imaging recommended a Kyocera with their Index solution. It's been amazing. This machine does everything we need it to, including a direct scan into our current electronic medical record software. Dex even trained us on how to use it. Dex has been a tremendous help in making our practice and my job more efficient.
Thanks, Judy. And remember, call Dex Imaging today for a free workflow analysis to find out how you can save 20 to 30% on your copying and document management needs, just like Graper Facial Institute. Dex Imaging, 352-224-1816. That's 224-1816.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Next time you get a fountain drink at a fast food joint, you might want to skip the ice. That's because samples found that their ice contained higher levels of bacteria than samples of water taken from their toilets. You and I may have a virtual doppelganger out there. That's somebody with a nearly identical name and email address as you. Keep the office at about 75, 77 degrees. You'll see productivity soar and your workers will feel much happier.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
This is Tom Schmitz live in WOCA studios. This news break brought to you by the Angie Lewis State Farm Agency. As reported earlier right here on WOCA, a man robbed the BBVA Compass Bank on 19th Avenue Road shortly after 12:30 p.m. He got away with an undetermined amount of cash. He entered the bank, handed the bank teller a note implying that he had a weapon. An undetermined amount of cash was given to him. He was described by police sources as a black male in a dark pair of pants, a light-colored shirt, and glasses. He left on foot, traveling east, away from BBVA Compass, away from the Paddock Mall, back towards 200, going down 19th. If you have any information about this crime, about this bank robbery at Compass Bank, contact the Ocala Police Department. This news break was brought to you by the Angie Lewis State Farm Agency. Join Angie today and every week as she joins Buddy for her Biz Buzz or Good Neighbor Award.
I was going to rob something. I don't think it'd be a bank. I don't know. They got all those video cameras. Of course, people put those masks on and things. And if I had the mind of a criminal, I'm thinking, what if I was going to rob somebody or something? I think I'd go, because you don't get that
Robbing
much cash.
people, I think, is probably the way to go.
People?
Yeah.
I would. No, that's not Robin Hood like. I want to be.
You want to steal from the rich?
I want to mean
steal
something.
Rich people from rich.
I want it to be like I want to be
drug dealers, buddy. Steal from drug dealers.
Well, but they'll kill you. That's the thing.
Yes.
So
if you want to, if I was a criminal mind, the easiest money I think, and this is I know of a couple times I worked as a delivery guy, and this happened to. You go to a pizza place that delivers pizza on a Friday or Saturday night, right as they close.
Yeah,
it's like 2 people in there, and they got all the cash from all the drivers.
I'm sure all the pizza places really enjoy it. I appreciate you telling everybody that.
I have a friend who works at Hungry Howie's, bro. Yeah. Relax.
Oh. Yeah, there's just nobody in there.
I mean, here's the deal.
I worked at Papa John's when I was 19. Believe me, scared.
That's too simple. That's look.
So you want to try like
there has to be a little art to
Ocean's
it. Okay?
11 type of heist.
There has to be some kind of thinking that goes into it. Some art.
Well, you're talking about a heist.
I don't care what you call it. It's still a robbery. It's still a robbery. I mean,
Buddy's thinking about like ripping off the Bellagio in Vegas.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I'm thinking of a museum with some artifact worth $1 million or something.
You think
a Picasso?
You think there are more cameras in the BBVA?
If you're going to be a robber, where would you
Bellagio?
Where would you go if you're going to rob something? Not a bank.
A radio station.
Yeah, right. You know the rich guys that work there.
You know the dumbest place to rob though?
Bank.
A convenience store. Because it says they have no more than $40 in register at any one time. Have you ever go to the Kangaroos around here?
Hey,
you
those kind of thieves, they don't care. $40 is enough.
You got to stand
for what they want. $40 is
you got to
enough.
stand in line sometime, and they got to drop money, and it takes forever for them to drop money and everything. I mean,
I would rather think about it and plan it out for 2 years and say, all right, let's do this. Let's go to the Guggenheim Museum or do something, and then take half of what I
You're gonna have to like kill
half of what I steal and give it to charity.
You know what, Buddy? Buddy.
Robin Hood. That's
what
I want
Buddy's
to be.
thinking about. See, and you said Ocean's 11. I got a better movie. Buddy's thinking about Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway and the Thomas Crown Affair. That's the kind of thing he's thinking about.
The original one.
But those dudes got too many lasers going in those places now. You can't get in there.
Not the original.
Not there, but
not the original one.
Now today you couldn't get past.
I want some of that dust that I can blow to show me where all the lasers are, so I can acrobatically make my way.
JJ, you're starting to scare me.
To the painting.
It's just baby.
You thought about this, JJ. It's starting to scare me.
Well, in every movie, there's lasers guarding them.
That's true. They are.
Buddy, that was the best. The Thomas Crown Affair with Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway was a great movie, was it not?
It was great, yeah.
Better than Pierce Brosnan and
who would go into a bank
Renee,
and hold it up
whatever
and
her
get?
name was.
They're going to get $200 and they're going to be caught probably in a matter of an hour. And so, anyway, to me, it's a dumb.
Yeah, banks are insured though.
Where would you rob, Angie?
Well, we have to introduce her first. JJ, give her a chance to sit down, get her breath, put her headset on, and let's tell everybody that Angie Lewis is in the house. Now, JJ, go ahead.
Okay, what would I rob?
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Because there's a bank robbery across the street today.
She's incapable.
I heard that.
She's
I've heard
incapable.
that.
You're not capable.
I haven't thought about robbing.
That's the best person to be a robber, though. The person who thinks incapable of doing it.
How about the mall? No, that wouldn't
work. No. It would definitely be something that doesn't have a lot of foot traffic. I can't believe people still rob banks.
It makes no sense. Wait, what? Who was the gangster? Who was it that said that famous line? Why do I rob banks? Why do I rob banks? Because that's where the money's at.
There you go. There you go. I don't get it. So no, I'd probably pick some mom and pop shop that doesn't have any security cameras.
Oh, so you're going after local people.
The little people. Come on now.
Jeez.
Go up to the big guys.
I'm thinking like a criminal.
Angie's like they're insured.
Small time criminal. JJ said it. How about a drug dealer? I said they'll kill you.
Oh no, I wouldn't mess with them.
So
no.
I have to ask. Maybe I'll ask the cops.
Ask the cops who
where should I rob?
I'd probably stand around and watch people coming out of those pawn shops or something,
or
and then
coming back from the ATM.
Yeah, there you go.
How about just get a guy that's an inside job with Brinks or something and just go with that?
That seems very. You know what? I look at some of the guys that drive the Brinks trucks. They look pretty easy to take down.
One of the guy. What was the guy in North Carolina about 9 years ago that he just drove off with the Brinks truck and they looked for him for like 3 months and finally found him about 20 miles from his house. He had put all the money in a storage unit.
Okay, this program's getting totally out of control now. Let's bring it back to some semblance of formality.
Well, Angie's here, so we can do that.
And let me tell you first about Hillary. I mentioned this. Apparently, a defiant London meter man nearly sparked an international incident when he issued a parking ticket to Hillary Clinton while she was at a UK event being honored for diplomacy. The traffic cop got ignored by 5 angry, beefy security guards who jumped in time to guard the former Secretary of State's silver Mercedes as he wrote out the citation. Clinton was inside London's Chatham House to receive a prize for a significant and impressive contribution to international diplomacy when a Westminster City Council warden put out a penalty notice on the car that she'd arrived in. At the time, Hillary's security detail was sitting in the van next to her parked car because it was raining, but they quickly began to protest. Anyway, she got her ticket. They had no comment.
Obama will
not
pay for
happy
that.
about that.
I promise you, the Prime Minister of England will
That
take care of
is
that.
classic.
That'll be handled.
That is classic. Okay, I heard something really disturbing on your show as I was coming in.
Yeah.
It was on the commercials that are running for the John Test show.
Okay.
All right, there is more bacteria in the ice when you go like to
A fountain. Yeah.
soda, than in the toilet water.
Right.
Hey, you don't listen to this program enough. I have those factoids almost every other day.
Toilet water cannot keep your drink cold.
There are more germs in your cell phone than on your toilet seat. Did you know that?
Oh, that I believe, because everybody sets their cell phones down on everything.
The problem with ice machines
Oh, my
is an
gosh.
ice machine at a restaurant should be cleaned once every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And they usually clean them and I know this because I was in the restaurant industry and was guilty of this a couple times.
Right.
They get cleaned probably once about every 6 or 8 weeks.
Oh.
So you don't want to know the mold that's built up in the
Yeah.
lines.
All right,
and
so
everything.
you sound like you're ready for a challenge. How
do
about,
it.
would you be willing to play either this game, fake or factoid, today against the guys or with the guys or whatever?
Yeah, what is it?
I read off these facts,
Okay.
and I heavily researched these. Now, these are not things. I do a lot of
Heavily
work on these.
researched.
And you have to say true or false, fake or factoid.
Now, these aren't coming from Tom's collection or anything, right?
No,
okay,
no,
you've
no.
done this.
Buddy
You've done
Martin
this research.
does
Okay.
this.
No,
Okay.
this
okay.
stuff is bogus. This is the real deal.
Okay.
These are the real facts of life.
This is fact.
Facts
This
of
is
life, I
real
got
stuff.
it.
The
I
stuff
got it.
I do is accurate.
Yeah, so anyway,
All right.
I put a penalty on today, though. If he complains about any of the material,
Yeah.
he misses the question.
All right.
So here's the deal. I want everybody to say how many they're going to be able to get right today, and I'll make a little wager on
5
that.
out of 10.
Oh, yeah, we're playing for
5?
something. I like
Well,
it.
last time I picked 4 and I did get 4. These are tough.
You won yesterday.
Yeah, but I still didn't get that many. I got like 7.
Well, you beat Tom.
Okay, I'll go 6.
All right, so I'll make the JJ's 6.5 is my guess.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm going with 7.
Going 7. Pretty confident, aren't you?
You know, shoot for the stars and don't
All right,
do it
I'll tell you what,
going
Angie, since you're doing this, I'll let us all decide how many you're going to make.
Okay.
How many do you think Angie will get right?
I'm thinking because Angie is in here today, you made them a little easier because you didn't,
Oh, wait, what are you saying? What?
Because some of them are, because you didn't want to make. I'm not saying that
Oh,
she
man,
needs them to be
if you were
easier.
closer-
What about them would be easy? You have
Dude,
no idea.
because some of them, you know when you make them really hard those days. Don't act like that. Like you don't know.
You know what it is, JJ? You try to outthink me. And
Yes,
when you try to outthink
I
me, I get
do.
you every time.
I do.
You think, oh, he's going to
I,
have one fault off and just jump in here.
Being-
That sounds fun.
being
I
the-
know you're in game.
Being
All
the
right.
only person.
Now my only goal is just to beat JJ.
It's not hard.
Being the only person in this 3-person panel that has actually seen Angie in this kind of environment before is me. I'll tell you, Angie's actually pretty good at this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I would think Angie could probably get 6.5, 7, somewhere around there.
But JJ, if she gets that, why wouldn't you get that if they're easy?
She's smarter than me.
So what's the difference? What's the difference? If they're easy to
You're
everybody,
right.
right?
Remember, Angie's a big fan of trivia, which will be taking place
All right.
tonight at 7
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah,
at the
yeah.
Cup.
Okay, I'm going to make it higher. I'm going to say she's going to get 8.
Okay.
Ooh, now I feel the pressure.
The pressure?
Yeah.
Now, you know how it works, right? I read it out, and we go around.
True or
it.
false?
Okay.
All right, here we go. A chip phobia describes a person who fears they aren't good enough to be in a relationship with a specific person.
I hate these ones. The
Wait,
funny
well,
ones.
How do you spell it, buddy? How do you spell it?
ATYCHIP ATYCHIPH phobia describes a person who fears they aren't good enough to be in a relationship with a specific person.
True.
True.
So you said false just now.
Well, I wanted to spell it. I thought it said chip phobia.
All right, I'm going to say true or fact.
Say true?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's true.
Boom.
Oh,
Everybody gets one.
sweet.
Dysphoria is a state of feeling unwell or unhappy due to overthinking, insomnia, and depression.
True.
False.
True.
It's true. They just got one miss.
Ding, ding, ding.
Of course.
Hypomania is a mood
so you're
state.
doing all of these
It's a
today.
mood state characterized by persistent extreme happiness, followed by an irritable mood and/or sadness.
True.
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 Okay.
You guys are killing it today. Saudade, S-A-U-D-A-D-E, describes a deep emotional state of nostalgic or deeply emotional longing to be reunited with somebody you miss.
False.
I'm going to say fact or true, whichever way
True.
you can say it.
True. JJ?
I don't
Come
know
on,
what
JJ.
you're doing. You're just naming all these facts.
Well, I mean, this is just true. That's what the game is. Here we go. You're more likely to die. Let's let those guys go first. And you're more likely to die.
Yeah, these are the good ones, not the phobia.
You're more
ones.
likely to die on your birthday than any other day.
Fact.
False.
I say true.
All the chances are the same, I would say.
False.
It's true.
Nice.
We actually see that in my business.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So you would know that because the actuarial tables. Kind of depressing, though.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right, number 6. Psychology says the longer you hide your feelings for someone, the harder you fall for that individual. Guys?
True.
I'll say true.
Yeah, true. I'll go with true.
He's hedging his bets.
It's true.
Nice.
John Tyler, the 10th president, had the most children of any president, 15. Let them go first. The president expert can speak up here on
False. Wait.
True.
Yeah, true. I'm just going to say true. I think all of these have been true. I don't know why I keep saying false.
I'm going to say true.
this. You say true?
Yeah.
False. No, no, they're all
man.
true. They're all true.
I
They're all true. They're all true. Those so far that they're true. Okay.
Okay.
Johnny? Hearing your name being called when no one has actually called your name is likely a sign of a healthy mind.
That sounds absurd enough to be true. I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say true.
It's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
How many you missed, JJ?
2.
He's missed 2. I've missed 2, and Angie's missed none.
What?
You know, I'm thinking all those beginning ones, my old Lily days with the drug company where we studied behavioral science.
By the way, buddy,
Yeah.
buddy, you said Angie would get 8 right.
Yeah.
Angie has 8 right.
Well, okay. Well, she missed the next 2. Okay. This is one. This actually took place up in the part of the country. The restaurant White Castle is America's oldest and first hamburger chain.
True.
I'm going to say true. We had those back home.
You had them in Illinois, didn't you?
True.
True it is.
Yes.
And finally, chocolate ice cream
True.
does not improve anything about it when you eat it.
Wait, what? I don't even get that.
Oh, I just changed the question.
Oh,
When you said
okay,
true, I
okay.
just changed the question.
Okay.
In the middle of that, so now you don't know. I'll make it read like this. Chocolate ice cream improves your focus and increases your energy.
False.
I'm going to say true.
True.
It's true. Angie got them all. Whoa.
And
Knock it
JJ,
out the box.
JJ missed 3.
You?
But
I missed 2.
Who said? Okay, JJ, did you really say false to the chocolate?
I said false just because I was being funny.
Well,
they were all true.
Count us in.
And what I said about Angie being here obviously was true as well.
Oh.
I wish Buddy would have brought the wood today, man.
Well,
the real
I mean,
hard ones.
These are hard.
Angie
These
got
are not
10,
easy.
Angie got 10 correct. I got 8 correct.
All right, so I don't want to hear anybody else say these are hard, okay?
No.
So
Never.
Angie walks in, first time, bam,
No.
10 for 10. So no more of this. Oh, these are too hard.
By the way, can I point out that JJ thought that the only way Angie would do good is if the questions were easy. I just want to point that out again. That JJ
that's
thought,
right.
That's not what
JJ
I
thought
said.
so little of
I
your
think
ability,
that-
Angie.
I hear
I
ya.
think that Buddy just wanted to, make us look bad by having a newcomer.
I don't know what you're talking about. All
How
those
would I do
phobias,
that?
none of those phobias were easy, pal.
No. I just want to know what I won. Besides bragging rights.
You got that, and they're going to buy you lunch, too.
Right.
They look so bad. So
Pride is very important.
glad you showed them up. Okay, We're past the time. We're going to take a break. We're going to talk about a couple of things. One of them is this driving program that you got out at Vanguard for teenagers.
Yes.
And I want to know more about that.
Okay.
I want you to dispel or maybe not dispel. When is it too late to buy whole life insurance? I know you can always buy it, but from a practical standpoint, when do you stop thinking whole life and then you buy term?
Okay.
Because I know there's pros and cons to both. You can tell me what your views on this are.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about whatever else is on your mind right here on Voice of Ocala, the champion, winner and champion of Factoids or Fake, Angie Lewis, undefeated. Wow, that's amazing.
I'm not playing ever again. I'm going out on top.
That's it. You're going to retire undefeated?
I'm retired.
Oh, my God. You can lord over them the rest of their lives.
That's
amazing. Right. All right. Let's take a break and let Angie glow. Back after this timeout on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Dry, itchy, scaly skin? Do you have psoriasis? Consider joining our research study. Renstar Medical Research in Ocala is conducting a research study evaluating the effectiveness of investigational combination of 2 study medications for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. You may qualify if you're between the ages of 18 and 75 and have been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis for at least 6 months. For more information, please call Renstar in Ocala at 352-629-5800. Qualified participants may receive study-related medical care and study medication. Compensation for time and travel may also be provided. To find out more information about this psoriasis study, please call Renstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. That's 352-629-5800. Renstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Hurricane season is upon us. WOCA and Sunbelt Rentals wants you to be prepared. Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment to help, like air nailers, aerial lifts, chainsaws, chippers, and stump grinders. They have light towers, skid steer loaders, and generators, just to name a few. Sometimes you might need a little help cleaning up afterwards. Sunbelt has the equipment you need, like dehumidifiers, pumps, sewer snakes, wet dry vacs, floor dryers, carpet equipment, and more. And right now is the time to get it done, with 2 special offers just for WOCA listeners. If you rent Friday after 3 p.m. and return it Monday before 9 a.m., you will only be charged for 1 day. Plus, just by mentioning WOCA, you get 25% off your rental. You heard right, not 5 or 10, but 25% off your rental just by mentioning that you heard it here on WOCA. But you better hurry, this is a limited time offer. Visit Sunbelt today on Highway 27, just half-mile east of I-75. Give them a call at 369-9101 or visit them on the web, sunbelt.com.
Howdy folks, RL here. I want to tell you about the best $5 bargain anywhere. For a limited time, Dairy Queen at Silver Springs is offering a sandwich or chicken strips, fries, a medium drink, and a sundae for only $5 till 4 p.m. And new on the menu is the Orange Julius line of real fruit smoothies, including protein smoothies. Our fresh-made garden salads go great with a fruit smoothie. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, loss proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
JJ, update us on that Red Sox Detroit game.
Still very early, top of the second, 2 outs, but it looks like Verlander has his stuff going today.
Okay. 8 pitches in the first inning.
Right.
Angie, you want to do which order do you want to take this? Should we start with the Vanguard driving event?
Yes, please.
All right, and then I got a part of Dr. Buddy we did not get in yesterday. I saved just for you.
Oh, awesome! Yay, thank you. I love Dr. Buddy.
About watching football. So it's a woman's viewpoint, writing about somebody, her husband, and complaining, and so I want to get a viewpoint of a female on it. All right.
All right.
All right. So let's talk about the driving event. Yeah, I know you're really involved in this kind of thing with teens. Because teen driving, because we all had them. It's scary, and there's things that go on. So what is this teen event at Vanguard you got going on?
This is actually the second annual. It's called Celebrate My Drive. It's actually a State Farm program that they started last year, and then local agents have the option to participate in their community. It will be like State Farm will have tents and stuff set up in big cities like Orlando, Miami, and those places. But on a local level, it's really up to the individual State Farm agents to see if they want to do something with their town. Last year, we held it on the downtown square, and we invited all of the local teens from all the high schools and parents and the community members. Mayor Gwynn got up and gave a talk. We had the sheriff's department there and a lot of vendors and stuff. And it's all about celebrating our teens and this milestone of getting their driver's license and being young and what goes along with that. But along with celebrating that, we also then use that as a time to educate and talk about some safety features like the no texting, which is now law in the state of Florida. Texting while driving, just being, when you've got a car full of friends, just, being safe, because it's all about just keeping our teens safe. I mean,
they
that's
have
what we want.
those signs now on the turnpike where they should, reminding you there's no texting.
Right.
Last weekend.
So it's just a focus on just reminding that even though this is an amazing time, cars are dangerous, and we got to make sure that, when we get this privilege of driving, that we're being smart about it as well. So we use this time to do that But the added benefit to this too is State Farm puts up grant money every year. They give away. There are several schools that have the opportunity to win $100,000 in grant monies for their school. There's another group of schools that could qualify for the $25,000 grants. And in addition to that, there will be 2 schools this year that will be selected to have a concert given by Kelly Clarkson right there at their school. And all the schools have to do is go online. The administrator has to go online. They have to register their school, and then they need as many of the community members, the teachers, the students, anybody in the area to go on to www.celebratemydrive.com between the days of the 18th and the 26th of this month, and then indicate which school you want it to support. Well, this year we're working closely with Vanguard. We sent information to all the schools about being able to take care of this. Vanguard is the only one that came back to us and said, we want to work with you on this. So we're going to be set up at Booster Stadium Friday night for their football game. We're going to be giving away all kinds of fun material. We've got footballs to throw out in the stadium.
You've got nice goodies.
Yeah, we've got backpacks. I mean, we've got all kinds of fun giveaway stuff too, but then we're going to be there signing people up, trying to get them to log on and show their support for Vanguard. Our goal is for Vanguard to be one of the schools that wins the grant money. There were several schools in Florida last year, but they all came from like the Orlando and South Florida area. And we would love to see a local school walk away, especially since we've all seen what's gone on with Marion County and the need.
$100,000 right now, Vanguard.
Oh, it'd be huge. It would be huge. So we're just going to be out there promoting it and supporting Vanguard and hoping that the community really supports them and gets behind them. I did see just the other day that an administrator administrator from North Marion has gone on and registered, so that's good. So if you're a North Marion, we just want to, we want to support whoever you want to support. But we will be out at Booster Stadium on Friday night, showing our support for the program, talking to the teens. We've got some, and then all week this week we'll be at Vanguard High School. We'll be in 6 of the driver's ed classes and down working with the teens during their lunch times and stuff. And we've got some activities and fun games.
This is Angie Lewis State Farm, right?
Yes.
So you're not getting any other help. This is just your agency.
No. All the funding, everything comes from
that's a big undertaking for one agency.
Our office. But we just think it's important. We just want to show, we want to support our teens, but also make sure that they're making smart decisions and when they're out there. But more than even that too, we want to make sure that when State Farm puts up some money like this, I want someone local to get it.
Yeah, and once again, I think it's important. It's nice you're doing it at Vanguard, but people don't have to go to Vanguard to vote.
Absolutely not. Anybody can vote. Anytime between the 18th and the 26th, log on to www.celebratemydrive.com and indicate you want to support Vanguard High School.
There you go. That'll get it done.
Yes.
Sure. All right, so I think what we'll do is take a break now and come back because I want you to get your take on Dr. Buddy's question from a fan woman about her husband watching too much TV.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about this.
So go ahead and take our break now. Come back. Angie Lewis next. Helps out Dr. Buddy on the issue we're following up on. When you watch too much football, what do you do? Or sports, doesn't have to be football. Coming up next right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Recently, I had a great conversation with General Manager Pat Murray on the special events at Country Club of Ocala.
We have a lot of special events here that are geared towards the family. Easter comes to mind. We have an Easter bunny who hops around on the driving range. We usually hide somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 eggs and turn them loose and let them go harvest the eggs. We have a great family celebration here on the 4th of July where it's a traditional cookout, if you will. And as the sun goes down, the driving range becomes alive with probably one of the better fireworks displays in the area. Breakfast with Santa is a big deal.
Country Club of Ocala, where the Easter Bunny, Santa, and all the children, large and small, are a big deal on every special occasion. For more information, call 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of the Monday Gator Report right here on The Source.
Dr. Seaborn Hunt, a board-certified ophthalmologist in Ocala. There's no referral needed for an appointment. Call 873-7200, offering medical services for glaucoma management, including laser surgery to help lower your eye pressure and potentially reduce your dependency on eye drops. He also evaluates and treats diabetic retinopathy, one of the leading causes of blindness, with advanced imaging and laser procedure to help prevent vision loss. Dr. Hunt's office accepts most insurance and files claims for you. Call Dr. Hunt at 873-7200. That's 873-7200.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly Are You Kidding Me rant? So join me and JJ LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Buddy's Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Chief Polly Hansen, the Chief of Police of the Amtrak Police Department.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events served bite-sized.
And then Joseph Mukasa is coming on. He's one of the chaperones for the African Children's Choir Concert Tour. They're coming to our area, and we'll be talking about and listening to their music.
Larry R. Katzen has written about his 35 years with Arthur Andersen, one of the big 5 accounting firms among Price Waterhouse. His memoir is titled, And You Thought Accountants Were Boring.
And then Kira Bucinich will be on. She's the Cupcake Queen, a 2-time winner of the Food Network's TV show Cupcake Wars. She's got a book. It's called Sweet Cravings.
Have all of your legal questions answered by attorney John Fuller on Legally Yours.
Dr. Christine Horner will be joining us. She's a leading breast cancer prevention expert, and she's coming out to speak to us about her book, Waking the Warrior Goddess. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live? That's right. No tape shows here. We know that the news doesn't sleep. And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara. And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment. Right here on WOCA The Source.
Back with the champion, Angie Lewis, the champion of fake or factoid, 10-0, undefeated, unbelievable. We'll never hear these guys complain again. So you just waxed them there. That's good. Okay, Angie Lewis. Now you watch a lot of sports.
Yes.
You're not. Let's just say, would you prefer to say more than most women?
Oh, no. Well, okay, maybe.
A little
more.
The fact that you said my Cardinals literally 10 seconds ago, yes, you watched more sports.
She meant the Arizona Cardinals she was talking about.
No, I was not. I was definitely talking about the St. Louis Cardinals.
Can't be from that
Tom knows it.
Not
Angie
be a
Lewis.
fan.
Angie Lewis one night got a group of people to come to a trivia game that I was hosting, all dressed in Cardinals attire just to give me stuff because I was a Braves fan.
Just for the record, I grew up a Cardinal fan. I listened to KMOX.
KMOX,
and
awesome.
even back when Harry Carey was doing the play-by-play before your grandfather's time. And I was a Cardinal fan when Stan Musial was a player, still my all-time favorite baseball player. Anyway, I'm also a Cardinal fan. However, I haven't been behind him much lately. Okay, we watch sports. And we've had this ongoing thing. JJ made a good comment yesterday. Like, we devour sports on TV, especially college football.
Yeah, the weekends for me
Tom a little bit less. Tom says he has a life and he doesn't do that. But nonetheless, JJ, we're pretty good from about 9 a.m. till midnight most Saturdays, right?
Definitely.
We just have to watch all the college football we can. And then, worse yet, we also watch NFL. We both have the NFL ticket. So,
the playoffs are on now.
Again. So I'm recovering a little bit from mine. I've made a decision about it. Not because Joni complained, although she's unhappy. I just figured it's time to, And JJ said, sometimes I just get tired of football.
Yeah.
Like you're eating too much turkey, right, JJ?
Sunday night games are almost unwatchable.
I can't watch
me.
them. I'm done by that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So now this is a woman who writes, it's called Her Turn. He loves football more than me. Okay? My husband is a sports fanatic. And it's destroying my marriage, says Gloria. Every night, Carlos flops on the sofa, flips on the TV, and watches a game until bedtime. He's so crazy about our hometown teams, the Yankees, the Knicks, the Giants, obviously we know where he's from, that he screams obscenities if the referee makes a bad call,
I know that game.
Dances around the living room if his team makes a good play, and calls his friends to rant and rave while the game is in progress, also known as JJ, by the way.
JJ, that's
well, my
JJ.
dumb buddies are sitting on the couch next to
That's
me.
JJ, that's Tom. So far, you haven't said anything out of the ordinary.
On weekends, he's either watching ESPN playing pickup basketball at the park or at a Yankees game with his brother, a season ticket holder. If it were up to him, I'd cheer right along with him, but I really couldn't care less about sports. I watched some games just to make him happy, then I dozed off out of sheer boredom, and he got upset. Most nights I watch the Food Network. For the past 18 months, I've been lonely and bored. I'm tired of crying myself to sleep, wondering what I can do to make Carlos understand how much I miss his companionship. I don't expect him to quit watching sports or skip the World Series. I simply want him to watch fewer games so we can go to an occasional movie or browse in bookstores. Stuff we did before we got married. Is that so unreasonable?
Browse in bookstores sounds like it stinks.
Yeah, it sounds like to me that, well, first of all, she had to know this before she married him, right?
Yeah.
No, this isn't just like something that just developed. Right,
fan.
Exactly. So I think they need to set a week date night. Go out during the week and go to a movie or go make that like, okay, Saturday night's your night where you're all into sports and everything. So we need to pick a night where you're all into me. Which night's that going to be? I don't know.
Carlos says, I am here with you. I just happen to be watching baseball.
Isn't that the guy's response?
You're here, so is John Sterling. We're all here.
Girls will say, we never spend any time together. What do you mean? Yesterday we watched the entire football game. You were sitting right next to me.
So I'm sure that I'm speaking right now for lots of husbands and a few wives. And let's face it, guys do overdo it. There has to be a little bit. Here's my swap off. I watch my wife's favorite shows with her.
See, there you go.
At least most of the time.
Right.
I watch Dancing with the Stars, okay? I might get up and go watch
You enjoy it. You enjoy it.
Dancing with the Stars should equal at least 2 football games.
Well, yeah, that would be some kind of currency system here, you know? So,
it's a give and take relationship.
So that's that story. So you say, get a life.
Thing. I mean, that's what you're saying is she needs to say, okay, I'm going to do this with you.
Yeah.
Here's what I'd like you to do.
It's called trade-off.
By the way, he's not going to sit down and watch the Food Channel with her.
Well, then maybe he is a jerk. I don't
There
know.
you go. All right, we got about a minute or less than. Less than that. We got about less than a minute. We promised we'd get into the subject. We'll have to have more talk on it later. I did say we'd bring it up. Term insurance, life insurance, pros and cons. What do you think?
Well, between term and cash value building, whole life insurance that you were talking about, permanent insurance, my favorite, of course, is permanent insurance, whole life. And that two reasons. One, you're building equity. So you're building money. It grows tax deferred within it. And it's always going to be there. So you don't have that worry about later in life because you're still going to need it later in life. More likely you're going to need it in your 70s and 80s than you do now. So to me, it's my absolute favorite. But
you go for the whole life. But if you can't do that?
If you can't, I go for let's cover what is the actual need that you need and let's make it fit your budget. So that may be some term.
So you know anybody who would help us out if we had a need for that, where we go to get that?
That'd be Angie Lewis. 291-2444.
Oh, you got the number right.
It is important. We actually call it love insurance at our office.
Love insurance. How about that? How about one day you stay around and be all around the water cooler with us? We need another voice on sometime.
I'd love to.
Angie Lewis, she's with us every Tuesday, hopefully every Tuesday. Coming up next, Buddy Sports Page. Stay tuned. Tom James and Wham got lots of topics to talk about right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hi, this is Lisa Midget, owner of Kinetic Motion Fitness here in Ocala, Florida. A lot of you have experienced our great classes in personal small group training, but did you know we now offer